So, you have come to learn, have you? Oh, acolytes, you truly do surprise me with every generation. How far you're willing to go to get up on your rivals. You should know, not all mentors are as friendly as I. You could have walked into your death here, but I see that you're determined to learn. So come, take a seat, and let us begin. For the weapons I will tell you about is no blade, no force, but one true symbol of the wars that we face today. Many call it the so-called weapon of the uncivilized, the noble, the hated, the despised, the scum-like blaster.
A blaster. A weapon of the uncivilized. Is that what your overseer told you to believe, Acolyte? No? You truly believe so? Or are you saying so you do not get killed? Is it fear that rules your logic, your intelligence? Then you have already failed in your trials. Kneel for all you must, beg for all you must, but never truly give up knowledge out of fear. To do so is to be a fool greater than any Jedi Master, than any Padawan, than any lowly lightsider that has ever lived. To be true champions of the dark side, you need not only strength, but you need the intelligence, the mind to do it. That is why I will teach you today all of its forms, all of its shapes, the blaster rifle, the heavy-duty turbo lasers, and of course the nimble, the symbol of scum, the blaster pistol. All you will learn today, all you will be taught, and all you will be taught. So now, Acolyte, sit down. For now, when we have gotten this misconception out of your minds, it is time that you learn. And we'll start where it all began. Before our empire, before the Republic, before the Sith, before even the Jedi, there was another empire. An empire who stretched itself across the stars. The so-called Infinite Empire. Across the stars, they dominated hundreds of worlds, conquered and subjugated countless species to their will. And yet, as quickly as they came, they fell. To this day, no one knows why. But their fall began our rise. With the fall of the Rakatan Empire, the previously subjugated worlds and their life forms began to reverse engineer the technology they left behind to form their own empires. Many would not succeed, many would be absorbed, and many more would fall to infighting, as is custom. But those who survived, those invented or reinvented what we today would classify as the first blasters. These were heavy, bulky, and damn near unmovable designs, designed more for artillery and anti-infantry support than they were for any precision or handheld uses. They had their effectiveness on the battlefield, but as all wars do, and as all conflicts do, advancement is survival. So it continued. Before long, something more akin to our modern-day blasters emerged. One of these earlier models were known as beam tubes. Beam tubes worked by the way of having a power pack mounted on the user's back, in a vest-like design, not unlike many power suits would later utilize, though without any of their flexibility nor careful placement or protection. These were, in fact, quite vulnerable to attack, as if one disabled it, one would disable the soldier's capability to fight, if not kill them outright, as the discharging of the power pack into their nervous system would surely prove fatal. Another design that was quickly adopted as soon as it was discovered was the pulse wave blaster, a much more compact, resembling our modern blasters. They were more powerful, had a higher rate of fire, and all in all were much more stable and efficient than earlier models of beam tubes, or dare one say, slug throwers. Then came a new weapon. A weapon from a source one might not imagine to be the ones to invent. The Neo-Crusaders of the Mandalorian Wars brought the modern blaster to the forefront of warfare. Their design, which favored a much more compact power supply and a streamlined design of how the gas would travel through the weapon, quickly replaced pulse wave blasters within only a few short decades of the Mandalorian Wars. This changed more than what you would imagine. Think of it. Many styles that we learn us today is about how to deal with these weapons. So just imagine, if you would, for a moment, a galaxy without these weapons, where swords and blades were the only weapon one could truly rely on a battlefield. But enough of mine reminiscing. You're here to know how they work, and now when you have the history, let us get on to the technical details. And now, on the subject of technical details.
You could have walked into your death there.
Is it fear that rules your logic, your intelligence? Then you have already failed in your trials. Is that what your overseer told you to believe, Acolyte? Kneel for all you must, beg for all you must, but never give up. And with that, I do believe that the serum should have passed enough from your mind that you should be able to hear me now, acolytes. Don't be afraid, I'm speaking to you through the Force in your dreams. It would seem that your overseer has other plans for you than for you to succeed in this trial. Luckily for you, I do not appreciate my lessons being sabotaged by others, especially when those others are acting on prejudice. So, I will aid you in making it out of this trance. What you will need to do is remember. Let us begin with why you came here.
Remember, acolytes, remember.